Romance by Jade. And this is an original written just for you. Once upon a time, there was a very handsome young man named Brooks. He was a good man. He never kicked puppies. He rescued kittens from trees and enjoyed a good game of whist every now and then. He managed his money well, or at least he hired a very good steward. And he made sure to study Aristotle when in school, and sheep husbandry when not. It was a sadness to him that his title came to him young, as his parents died of that all-too-common vague carriage accident. It was even more sad that he inherited the dark and forbidding title of Earl of Dark Blackness, who lived in a castle known as Raven's Wolfbane. He passed his obligatory time as a spy for the Home Office, earning a discreet yet very sexy scar on his jawbone, and the ability to seduce a foreign spy at 1,000 paces. He also spent his holidays working honorably for the East India Company, and is now a boob. Wait. I mentioned above. Fabulously wealthy and the inventor of 3 new cravat knots, and I hate you for this. 1, intercritious messiness. 2, merde. And 3, the bosoms of Venus. Brooks has been sadly forced to find a wife by his grandfather's inexplicable will that demands he produce an heir or wear short pants for the rest of his life. Understandably, his loyal valet and former Batman, Violet, is horrified and threatens to quit. Faced with the terrifying prospect of having to tie his own cravats, Brooks decides to find a wife. He has chosen for his bride the nearly on-the-shelf wallflower, Miss Petunia, Abercrombie Smythe Barnes Fitch. And by the way, in the sequel, 2 of her relatives will marry one another, move to America, and start a clothing store with hot-looking cover models. Brooks has picked Miss Petunia for her beauty, in particular the lusciousness of her bosom, the breathability of her hips, and the high arch in her foot. He has a thing for foot arches. He has a suspicion that she may be literate, as everyone else calls her a blue stocking, but as her stockings today are a lovely white, he feels safe. Besides, he secretly likes smart women, but he has this whole persona of being ridiculous. It's his cover for the Home Office, so he must perforce maintain it. The courtship has been proceeding apace, with him writing terrible sonnets to her eyelashes and throwing bouquets of posies at her maid in the hopes the woman will stop ducking, catch one, read the attached note even though she's illiterate, and give it to her mistress.
Oh, that's what this was. I can't read it, so it goes to her.
It is a difficult plan, but you see, Brooks has a fatal flaw. Though he is handsome, rich, smart, a spy, and a great whist player, he cannot manage to speak well to English women he would have as his wife. Brooks is a man of action, you see, not a man of words. So when at the season's last ball he saw her necklace slip from her beautiful neck into a pool of icy water, he knew God had given him just the opportunity he required for brave action.
Sadly, the pool of water is up there.
It fell a long way. We have our tricks.
If he could only retrieve the necklace despite the grave risk to his person, he could at last show his devotion to her. Because after all, being willing to dive fully clothed into an icy pool is just the kind of feat that will teach you.
Louder, you're going to have to sing it. Read it louder.
Still waiting. Try that again. If only he could retrieve the necklace despite grave risk in his person, he could at last show her his devotion. Because after all, being willing to die fully clothed into an icy pool that will prove he was a good husband and a good material, right? rise to his lady fair. He stumbles through the ballroom, unaware. Keep going. The icy water has frozen his brain. Slicked his hair back in a very handsome manner. Shrunken his important bits to next to matchmaking mamas. They don't like that his important bits have shrunken up. But they'll sure cure. They will strip him of his freezing wet clothing and shove their daughters in his way and then proposes to them in his brain-numb state.
It is the mother-daughter. Somehow in the middle of it.
As the lady undressing him was both beautiful and a former lover. Sadly, she was also married, so that he could not dally with her. Definitely you. Sorry. But another lovely miss caught his attention, and his ascot to gently pull it from his neck.
Doing what?
The front.
That's not his ascot.
But she'll take it.
The ascot's the tie. It's the tie. The cravat. Okay. I would not do that.
Rose appreciated the help.
Lovely touch.
Honestly, thing tied around his neck. Sadly, this beautiful lady was engaged to the wickedly rich, handsome, and very jealous hero of the previous book. Therefore, he pressed a kiss into the lady's hand and moved on. Reminded him that a wet vest was akin to a wet blanket, which, as we all well know, is no fun at all. He casually divested him of his vest, and he thanked her with a courtly bow. But also, she was so stunningly beautiful. She had to be Spanish and a spy.
He's the right person.
Therefore, he turned her over to his baton and violin for interrogation. Came up next. It was a fine lawn shirt, as all his clothing was. But for his manly chest to be revealed, more than one lady assisted in his disrobing.
Some people are not as aggressive as you are.
Cufflinks, were worn by everyone, but buttons were those who could not afford that. Buttons were for those who could not afford handsome jewelry. As you can see, Brooks is in his impoverished persona.
Actually, he actually has cufflinks. Yeah. So that was wrong. He's in his.
It's just all. But let me finish because it's fun. Oh, sorry. Sometimes you just have to sacrifice a tire for your work as a spy. Besides, the sheep tended to eat the cufflinks.
Thank you.
Our hero made it up to his lady love. He collapses at her feet. Because if you recall, he does adore her feet. She is understandably shocked by his appearance, but also horribly impressed. Because after all, his chest is quite manly. My lady, he cries as he holds up her necklace. Oh dear. Poor Brooks has lost his ability to speak. In desperation, he turns to the room full of people who are watching his grand gesture. Help me, he cries. What should I say?
Please help our poor finger Brooks. What can he say?
A beautiful woman.
Try that. Go ahead.
My life.
Try.
What'd you say? A beautiful stone for a beautiful woman.
A beautiful stone for a beautiful woman.
What do you think? All right, try again. Someone else.
You rocked my world.
You rock.
You rocked my world.
Success!
Yes, I will marry you. But this can't be too sweet of a Regency romance. First, we need to get you home and take you out of those sopping wet clothes. Because I think with a little TLC, we can reverse that shrinkage problem.
Hand in hand, they went off together. And I am happy to report that yes, indeed, shrinkage was never a problem.